Okay, this is round 2 of the Pace Commander of March tournament. This is Martenus versus mjshorty. Martenus in the blue, and mjshorty as the white player. Just starting fairly close on this planet. I mean, I guess it's a quarter of a globe away. And a couple extractors and power for him. This is the second round in a row I've seen Martenus go with 3 extractors first, and then the power plant. And they're debating a rehost. I think he might have gotten working. Bot factory started for mjshorty, and a vehicle factory for Martenus. This is the same direction he went last time. Not far away from each other, really. See the overview of where they are here. And working on the power there. Fabricator coming out over here, and scout first for Martenus, and he starts his first scout away from finding Shorty, but he will probably get that covered quickly as he goes off in each direction. And this guy takes kind of a meandering path, but he is going towards where Shorty is building. So finally builds his first fabricator. He has a few power plants down, and his economy is in good shape. And you can see here, Shorty is kind of using up his energy, or actually I think he's just not spending all of his metal. Shorty's actually taking a little bit of a lead here in terms of metal production, but it's just the very beginning, and a couple extra units out for Shorty. And this scout may just take that fabricator out, which is a huge win at this early stage, because the skidder is much cheaper than the fabricator and not as impactful for the building process. More fabricators coming out over here, more power, the usual stuff. These guys just wandering the planet. Now, early radar being produced by mjshorty, I think that's a good move. He doesn't know where Martenus is, and so he's going to want to know where things are coming from and get some vision. And the range on these radar towers, you'll see it come up here in a second with the vision, is really useful for figuring out what's going on with your base. So if we were to take just the Shorty perspective, well, you can't really see it on the radar side, but there should be a very good arc. You can see he can tell where this scout is all the way over here just from that radar here. So that's a really good distance to be getting that kind of information. And actually going back to his view, he can still see the scout down here as well, providing him with just a good sense of what's going on. And does he see the final scout up here? Yes, he does. So that radar is doing a lot of work, letting them know what's going on. Now the scouts around his base help Martenus know what's going on, how much expansion is happening, and where it's happening. Like, this scout really gives him a lot of information where he can tell, like, okay, I can see what's being built here, and no collection of these metal spots is being taken. And meanwhile, this scout can easily see what is going on here, and may even be able to come in and snipe this fabricator, which would be another great win for him. And a few hundred metal down the tubes for Shorty as a result of that scout. Very, very nice tactical play there. Once more, coming in with the scout. Will he find and destroy a fabricator? No. So this docks here, takes care of that guy, and solves that problem. And we've got a air scout out for Shorty. Martenus already starting his tier 2 vehicle factory, and he's still basically producing fabricators. I think with the scouting he's done over here, he has some knowledge that there's just not a lot there, and the most likely path is going to be this direction, which now has a radar tower and a vehicle factory producing the UTC-8 tanks. A lot of power in a cluster over here being worked on by the commander and 2 assistants. And continuing just to expand out here. He's not boxed in by any scouts or anything else, and so he can just expand. And you can see from the metal production view here that he's about 50% more metal production than mjshorty. And that's a significant lead, and the same is for energy. So his unit count is up, and his total metal in army is just about 4K ahead of what mjshorty has out there. Nice little proxy base closer to the front line being produced by Shorty. I really feel like he should be expanding in this direction. It's always good to just expand away from your opponent so that you can pick up some easy space. Having seen this guy pick off some of his stuff, I think it would be wise for him to take that guy down. Nice job by Martenus picking up the water-based metal extraction spots, not easily assaulted by a land-based army. And although he does have an air factory and built scouts earlier, he could actually, if he knew this was going on, he could actually just build some fighters and just cross the water and take out that fabricator. So it's a little bit of a risk, but it's a very good one, I think. And we got a scout who's going to see this down here. Just barely grazes by, does not see that. Oh, that's that's a scout by Shorty. Overflies the base, gets a good view of it. If we look at his point of view, we can see that he saw that one being fabricated, and he's well aware of a bunch of the buildings that were being built, as well as the completed tier 2. So he can see the tier 2 building, he can see units coming off of it, so he knows what's going on there. Going back to full both player view, another tier 2 factory going down, this time air factory for Martenus, and a bit of a push out here by Shorty. He's having to tank these tower hits with his units here, and I think that with only a couple infernos it's going to be tough to get in there far enough, because that tower can take him down. These guys were able to take out a metal extractor. That's a good pop there. But now the superior economy of Martenus is really cranking up. It's got 269 metal production to 107, and he's got 83 metal out built into buildings and units versus the 59K right there. So quite a bit of a lead there. T2 vehicle factory for Shorty, about halfway done, a little bit less, but making good progress. Again, all the space out here available to be taken by Shorty, not being taken at all. And meanwhile, Martenus has made his way almost around the planet here, just wandering around and picking up free metal extractors. And the ever-exciting nuclear missile silo being built by Martenus, and he's got some of these Vanguard and Scheller tanks, some of the tier 2 tank units coming out. We may see another airdrop like we did with last game, and a little bit of a response push out here by Shorty, but I think that this is not going to go great for him because of the tier 2 units. He is pretty outnumbered here, or Martenus is pretty outnumbered here, so he's able to put a lot of damage on these tier 2 units here. But yeah, he's going to have to, he realizes he needs the backup, and he does. But he will probably lose this unit here. without some additional support. Scheller, obviously doing a lot of work here on these units, taking out several tier 2s or tier 1 tanks with each shot. So that kind of gives him quite the advantage. The Schellers are basically like mobile artillery. They're really good at range. They don't fire very fast, but pretty good. Nuclear silo is done. Nuclear missiles being worked on. Still only a little bit of health there as it gets fabricated. Quite a few units here helping out the fabrication process, but it still takes a long time. Tier 2 energy being produced here. You can see that both players have kind of moved their efficiency down, which means they're not this is their actual production relative or usage relative to their production. Now this production can drop for a number of reasons. You can run out of energy to support the fabrication capabilities you have. You can it can happen because you don't have enough fabricators to use the production you have, so or to use the income you have. So it can be for a variety of reasons, but usually it's because people run out of energy. And the big tier 1 army versus the small tier 2 army. A lot going on here. But these vanguards are soaking up a lot of damage, giving more time for the other units to fight. And as this guy gets in there, just a quick flamethrower to knock down that bit. Yeah, he's gonna make a run for it. If he gets close to these guys, he's gonna cause it. Yeah, he can wipe out a lot of those guys quickly. It's too bad he didn't have this guy coming in behind. That additional vanguard would have, you can just see how much they can flame down those units. The tier 1 units go down hard, and no reason to back off there. He might as well just go in, all the way in and get what damage he can done. A little bit of maneuvering going around here, swinging around this way. If we look at the vision of Martenus, he doesn't actually see that. There is economy just clicked back into place, and he has the vision from his radar again. Taking the perspective of Shorty, he sees the units coming. He's got really good vision, and he just brought these flying units along to help with that vision. Tier 2 almost done for Shorty, but he's way behind here. Martenus has 633 production here versus the production of Shorty, so that's going to be a little bit of overwhelming advantage. If we look over on this side of the planet, you can just see all the space that has been taken by Martenus. Did a great job of expanding, and that will likely lead to the win here shortly. He does like his nukes though, so he may choose to get that out. Sorry about that. And the tank's moving again. Get the flame tanks. We'll just burst these down quickly. Shorty moving back a little bit, but he really needs to do his fighting, or these guys will just come in and completely destroy his production. Not a lot of hope left here, I think, for Shorty, as these tanks are going in, but he's going to make a run for just bypassing that. Over here we've got some fighters checking it out while this Kestrel was trying to work down, while these two Kestrels were working down this tier 2 factory, and they are getting it down pretty well. Some of this anti-air can come over and actually clean that up, and you can see even a tier 1 anti-air does pretty good work on there, but this Kestrel's getting some tanking basically from the fighters here, and that's the end of the tier 2 for Shorty. Commander seems to have lost his army, and not a lot left here. These vanguards can just walk through the base and destroy any remaining elements there, and that is the end. I'm just gonna pop back in time a moment to see that finish. I think he went ahead and just called the game and self-destructed. So that is the end of round 2. Martenus takes another victory, and I will see you guys shortly in the stream for round 3.